Good evening, everybody. I think it's about time we start moving toward our tables. There are no assigned seats. In the spirit of strong integration, we're going to find our friends and sit with them and enjoy the evening. But please, why don't we begin coming to the tables? Good evening, my friends. Good evening. And as we begin, I want to welcome everyone. What a wonderful day we've had today, an historic day in the history of St. Ben's and St. John's, and it has been a joy to share it. Tonight is a new tradition that Lori and I are excited to inaugurate. This honors dinner is an opportunity for us to pause as we begin commencement weekend and celebrate those individuals whom we will honor at our respective ceremonies, and those faculty who have attained signature moments in their careers. As I begin, I want to also offer some thanks. First of all, to Tonya, to Becky, and to Ruth for guiding us through today and always being such wonderful collaborative partners. And second, to Julia Beck. Julia's graduating from the College of St. Benedict this year with a degree in piano performance and I believe a minor in theology. While here, she performed in student recitals, accompanied weekly at the 9 p.m. student mass, as a student worker for SJU Faith, and worked with the St. John's Boys Choir as a collaborative pianist. She studied piano with Dr. Amy Grinsteiner and collaborative piano with Dr. Ed Turley. Next year, she will be doing the PACE program through the University of Portland, where she'll split her time between taking education classes at the university and teaching K through 7 music full-time in a school in Seattle. Julia, thank you for sharing with us. And of course, through the year, our colleagues in dining services do such a wonderful job with grace and joy in preparing our food and sharing it with us. I'd like to say thank you on our own. And now, if I could invite Father Nick Klesby, the university chaplain, to come forward and offer our invocation.
My apologies that it's a long blessing. It's been a long and wonderful year, so there's lots to pray for and so many of you to give thanks for. So let us pray. God, the giver of all good gifts, we thank you for gathering us here, where the values found in the rule of St. Benedict shape our life as a community of learners. Tonight, as we recognize Sister Michaela, Abbot John, and Leanne Stewart, we give you thanks for the countless ways they animate and cultivate the Benedictine wisdom tradition and education of the whole person. We give thanks for Dick Adamson and Sue Palmer for their wise and faithful stewardship of our campuses, Kathy Henderson for her leadership to St. Ben's, and Father Dale for his shepherding of the St. John's School of Theology and Seminary. We also give thanks for the many faculty, retiring and newly tenured, who challenge our students to grow in wisdom and knowledge. Finally, we acknowledge with incredible gratitude the generous and faithful leadership of transitional presidents Lori Heyman and Jim Mullen. Their service has been just what our community needed to navigate the challenges of the past number of years and prepare us for the exciting cooperation of strong integration. Lord, these people and the countless other trustees, benefactors, faculty, staff, administration, students, alumni, and alumnae remind us of how truly blessed we are and how active your Holy Spirit is among us. Bless the food and drink at this meal, all who share it, those who have prepared it and serve it, and most especially, keep us mindful of those who go without. Yours be the glory in all things, O God, forever and ever. Amen.
So it is indeed a great privilege for us to be with you tonight as we honor the individuals who have contributed so much to making St. John's and St. Ben's stronger and better places. And over the last year, I've come to recognize that institutions like these rise above the ordinary because of people like these. Each in their own way embodies the spiritual and professional dimensions of leadership that enhance, inspire, and move us all forward as Catholic and Benedictine schools. You'll hear much more about each of these wonderful people in just a little bit, but for now, I'd like to just take a moment to ask my wonderful colleague, Lori Heyman, to come forward and share a couple of reflections about the past year. Lori.
Now I recognize fully that I stand between you and food, so I will attempt to be brief. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for being there for us, all of you, for St. Ben's and St. John's in the last year. It's been an eventful and successful year, but it wasn't until I sat down to write a little retrospective of the year that I realized the scope of what we've accomplished together this year. It's been worth celebrating. This year, Dr. Casey Gordon and IT and the Pandemic Planning Committee masterfully handled our COVID response. You know, we had more than 800 cases this year. With vaccines and testing and all of those things, she made it look easy, like a great ice skater doing a triple axel. It was not easy. And this year, if you kind of hearken back, we opened a new Multicultural Center. It seems like 10 years ago, but it was just this fall. Thank you to Malik Stewart for helping make that effort that Jim and I were so passionate about arousing success. Students are there every day making it come alive. It's wonderful. And this year, the Seton Earth homes are gone. And in its place, the Elizabeth Ann Seton Village townhomes have taken shape. Beautiful, on time, on budget, all of those things we love, and enthusiasm building amongst our students. And that wonderful bridge over Stump Lake in place, because anyone who's ever spent a winter in Flynntown will tell you every step counts. Yes. Plans in place for phase 2. Our first cohort of graduate students in the nursing program is now 1 year closer to earning a doctoral degree in either family nurse practitioner or leadership track. That's a huge accomplishment for St. Ben's and St. John's. And next year, more graduate students will join in the pursuit of a Master's of Science in Nursing. And some of those new graduate students will be among our current undergrads in a new 4+1 Bachelor of Science in Nursing to Master's in Nursing. We'll have students completing their senior year of undergraduate and their first year of graduate courses simultaneously. It's a wonderful accomplishment by our faculty. And a new major has been launched in global health thanks to our ambitious and very dedicated faculty and everyone in academic affairs that joins a new minor in data analytics and new physics concentration in engineering These are good new draws to help us attract ambitious prospective students. And we have 9 academic projects that are in our innovation pipeline. Things like potential engineering partnerships and a finance major and perhaps a center for a study of the environment. And this year we aggregated student-facing offices into a new experience hub: study abroad, research, service, Bonner and Jackson Fellows, and the Fleischacker Center for Ethical Leadership. It's going to encourage students to do things across campus which we would consider to be experiential learning. We know those are high-impact practices, things we want to do. It's been a great year in fundraising, thanks to our tireless team in IA. Happy to report that our Empower Scholarship campaign at St. Ben's is well on its way. We've raised about $4.8 million for scholarships for many really wonderful students that might come to St. Ben's and St. John's. We're just so happy for the progress we've made there in Intercultural Lead, in the AIM program, and many other places to facilitate our lowest income students and actually our students of color to come to St. Ben's and St. John's. In athletics, St. John's won MIAC championships in football and golf and basketball, and we're still playing in a bunch of sports. And Junior McGuire Peterson was named MIAC Outstanding Field Athlete. At St. Ben's, sophomore Fiona Smith, and by the way, if you haven't watched Fiona run, it's worth going back and seeing some of her video, is the MIAC cross-country champ, continues to amaze in indoor and outdoor track at the national level, and continues to win. I think she has not lost one race. We have new hockey coaches and new lacrosse coaches. And at the College of St. Benedict softball complex, we won the Division III NFCA Field of the Year. And we're still playing softball. So stay tuned to what will happen in the MIAC tournament over the weekend. Academic prioritization and innovation are critical to our future flourishing. ROTC continues to achieve at the national level, beaten only in every competition by the service academies, which I guess makes sense. Our colleagues have produced some of the best attended sessions at HLC conferences this year on DEIJ evaluation of the faculty, and we've asked our Native Nations Task Force to deliver a report back to tell us how we might be able to engage with our Native Nation neighbors. For the first time, we gave a Benedictine Catholic Educator Award at the faculty to an outstanding colleague, Anna Conway, and we've been astonished by the student outcomes this year in things like volunteer programs and the most prestigious students and professional schools and incredible jobs. 1 Truman, 5 Fulbrights, and a faculty Fulbright. We couldn't be more happy with the prestigious honors that our faculty and students together have made real. The senior stories are amazing, not just in jobs, but very much in all of the travel, professional school, and jobs. And I think about the Benny Johnny Network. I say all the time, we hold the door open for people in actuality every single day, but we see our Benny and Johnny Network working tremendously closely with our faculty to hold the door open for jobs and professional schools for each one of our students who are graduating in about 24 hours. Now, this evening, we're going to honor and celebrate some remarkable individuals. But I wanted to start us up by giving a chance to reflect on the remarkable success of the entire community. Thank you to every one of you. It takes a village. I know that's a cliche, but it's so true at St. John's and St. Ben's. And for the trustees, all of these accomplishments pale in comparison to the strong integration celebration that we've had today and the tremendous work that's been done by each of you over 3 years to devise this idea, to get accreditation, to stand up committees and elect new leaders and find and secure a wonderful new president, Brian Brees. And as we change all of the things that are happening both in our governance and in our organization, we are thrilled for the chance for Brian and the leadership team to move enthusiastically into the future. Brian and Carol will move into Renner House at the beginning of June, and we can't say enough about how well he's doing. He's had 2 visits here, and I think faculty, staff, and students, trustees are equally enthusiastic about what he will bring his leadership and community to St. Ben's and St. John's. Many of you know I worked with the Sisters of Mercy for many years, and I'm going to quote Catherine Macaulay because I think it's appropriate for this occasion. She said, and I quote, "The simplest and most practical lesson that I know is to resolve to be good today and better tomorrow. And the tender mercy of God, to that end, has given us one another." Today we celebrate the blessings of God on St. Ben's and St. John's and the work of the people in this room. And I want to thank you for that, and I can't wait to celebrate, but now it's time to eat. So, thank you.
Hello again. I hope everyone has enjoyed our wonderful dinner and great conversation, and please continue to enjoy your dessert. So now we're going to begin recognizing some very special people, and I think it's very appropriate that we do it on this day when we celebrated strong integration. And we're going to begin by recognizing and then asking to stand recipients of President's Medallions. A little bit of history on the St. John's President's Medallion. The President's Medallion is among one of the formal ways that the university has to recognize alumni, friends, and associates for their distinguished leadership, their stewardship, and their service. The medallion has been presented to 28 individuals since it was commissioned in 1989, and it is given at the discretion of the university president. Dick Adamson. Dick, if we showed everyone an aerial view of this campus before you arrived in 2006, it would look very different. You've been an integral part of St. John's, serving as its vice president for finance and administration, a position that demands stability and hospitality, moderation, and yes, generosity. Your presence in our community has provided a solid rudder, sometimes through stormy seas and uncharted waters. You have helped us become a campus for the future, which has drawn more quality students to this school than could have been imagined. This community thanks you for your time, for your talent, and in doing so, it recognizes how you have challenged, maintained, and transformed us into a place where students, faculty, and staff can continue to provide a place of learning and growth in the Benedictine tradition for years to come. Even though you have certainly earned your time of retirement, we will miss your presence in this community, but hope that you will not be a stranger in coming years. And I am grateful for your friendship. So it is with deep gratitude that I ask you to stand and allow us to recognize you as a recipient of the St. John's University President's Medallion. And at point of information, I believe Dick may be the only person in the 28 to have received 2 President's Medallions, one for his work in 2012 as the university and Abbey collaborated to form the university individually. So Dick, congratulations. Father Dale Launderville. We had a chance to celebrate this about a week or so ago at the SOT Seminary recognition dinner, but I'd like to recognize Father Dale again. Father Dale, it has always been vitally important that St. John's is a leader in theological thought and education and research. This very campus has given rise to liturgical movements, theological investigation, and the breathtaking illuminations of the St. John's Bible. Your leadership as teacher, formator, and dean of the School of Theology and Seminary has helped St. John's remain vibrant and relevant and faithful in its mission to lead the church in the ways it has been called to do. Your example of monastic fidelity and love of learning has made this school one of the most distinguished centers of theological study in the country. We thank you for your role in that mission and wish you the best in your coming endeavors and research. We are proud to recognize you tonight and ask you to stand that we might thank you as a recipient of the St. John's University President's Medallion. Now, I have a secret that I'm going to share, and we're going to test and see how well this group can keep a secret, because he does not know he's going to receive the President's Medallion. We're going to do it Sunday at the Baccalaureate Mass, but I'm going to read the citation that he will receive. Bishop Donald Ketler. Bishop Ketler's leadership of the St. Cloud Diocese has been a blessing in the local community, to St. John's and to the Universal Church. He has shown this community that the gospel message is meaningful and is urgent, and he's done so by demonstrating a preferential option for the poor, a deep concern for the oppressed, and a constant recognition of the marginalized in our society. His ministry and preaching brings comfort, healing, and hope to those who need it most. And as a Johnny alum, he has a deep connection to this place, which will not be diminished by a little geographic distance. His understanding and support of Catholic education rises above and beyond the norm, and we thank him for all he has done to keep us faithful to our tradition and service to young people as they search for God and community during their college years with us. Let's thank Bishop Ketler. And if he finds out about this, I'm going to know who told him. I'd now invite Lori to the podium.
Someone better explain to my colleague what live stream means. Bishop Ketler might be watching. We don't know. We are honored to give 2 President's Medals at commencement tomorrow to 2 people who we love, not just for what they do, but for who they are. I'd like to honor Sue Palmer. Sue and I knew each other in the 90s when we were, I don't know, it was a long time ago, when I was here. Sue was a young professional, so was I, and it just was a comfort to me coming back to St. Ben's to see that Sue was still here watching over the financial future of this institution, and she's so incredibly good at it. So for the incredible 30-plus years that Sue has been stewarding the finances at St. Ben's, she is an incredibly worthy recipient of a presidential medal. For over 30 years, Sue, you have been a cherished and valued part of the College of St. Benedict community, serving for much of that as our Vice President of Finance and Administration. And that title could be expanded if you knew all of the things that reported to Sue over those 30-plus years. In that crucial role, you have embodied the stewardship, moderation, and respect for the dignity of work that reside at the core of Benedictine values. Your guidance and your judgment have brought clear vision and sound strategic operational leadership to every area that you have touched. You've made it possible for a powerful transformation of this campus over the time that you're here, from iconic new construction like Gretzky Dining and Conference Center to innovative renovations like the ambitious repurposing of our beloved main building. And beyond that, you have been instrumental in attracting and developing talented leadership in finance and in all of the other areas that you have supervised. This community and I thank you tremendously, Sue, for the time and talent, and we recognize how you have guided and inspired and befriended us along our journey to become a more complete institution where students, faculty, and staff can continue to learn and grow in the Benedictine tradition for years to come. You are a true steward, and you always and will be a challenged and cherished and supportive part of our college family. And so with deep gratitude, Sue, we present you tomorrow with the College of St. Benedict President's Medal, and we thank you for your service. Could you stand, Sue? Kathy Curvers-Henderson, I don't believe is here tonight. She is coming in from Arizona, but she'll be with us tomorrow. I want to read her citation. Kathy is an amazing trustee for many years. Those of you who are trustees in this room know Kathy well. I worked with her for a long time during Strong Integration. She's the co-author of the JOA, and just the things that she's done for stronger integration have been just magnificent. So the motto of the College of St. Benedict is Sic Lustria. All of you who speak Latin and can do this will just laugh at me, but so let your light shine. I'm not even going to try it. And in your years as an alum and an advocate for St. Ben's, you have let your light shine and lived those words in brilliant fashion. You've served long and well on the St. Ben's Board of Trustees, heading up the Strategic Resources Committee and its predecessors for most of your tenure on the board. You've helped build a strong financial foundation for the college and allow St. Ben's to fulfill its mission with excellence. Your generosity to St. Ben's allows young women to let their lights shine. The Henderson Endowed Accounting Scholarship, the Kathy Curvers-Henderson 1985 Math Skills Center, and a generous commitment from your estate, a gift which was, at the time, the largest gift ever made by an alum. These are gifts from your heart, but your willingness to allow us to hold you up and showcase the impact of a St. Ben's woman, that is the embodiment of letting your light shine. This community thanks you, Kathy, for the generosity of spirit you have shown in your roles as alum and trustee and benefactor, for your willingness to stand tall and let your light shine, serving as a beacon, an inspiration, and a helping hand for all. We thank you, and we give Kathy Curvers-Henderson a round of applause and a President's Medal tomorrow. And I do understand live stream, and I do want you to keep a secret, but we will also be giving Kathy Hansen a President's Medal, but we will do that sometime later, maybe at the flash mob that we're going to have. That might be a good time to give it to her. Anyway, we appreciate Kathy. She will be retiring at the end of May, and we'll be giving her a presidential medal very shortly. Thank you.
So what you just found out is what I've known all year long. Lori's better on the details than I am. But I'm betting that Bishop Ketler's watching the NBA playoffs tonight. So now it's a great pleasure for me to introduce and welcome to the podium soon-to-be Dr. Leanne Stewart, Chair of the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University Board of Trustees, and Richard Ice, our very, very distinguished provost, who will announce the faculty who receive tenure and promotion status, as well as recognizing the retiring faculty receiving alumna or alumnus and emerita or emeritus status.
Good evening, everyone. Richard is going to take some time to introduce some amazing faculty to us. And I'd just like to recognize the faculty myself on behalf of all of the boards of trustees. We are first and foremost a liberal arts institution in the finest Benedictine and Catholic tradition. Education of men and women is our passion and the goal to which we aspire, and frankly, why all of us serve as trustees. I am deeply grateful for the faculty members in this room tonight who have worked tirelessly. In my comments here, it says some for as long as 40 years, but I met someone earlier tonight who has a 46-year tenure, and maybe there's even longer tenures. So a fairly incredible amount of experience. You have inspired, motivated, and educated amazing students in their fields of expertise. You have been a gift to St. Ben's and St. John's and to generations of students. Our mission of enlightenment in the Catholic intellectual tradition transforms lives. Our students go on to do great things because of your commitment and your passion. We are in your great debt. Thank you. We are also going to meet some newly tenured and promoted faculty members, faculty who are just beginning to really deeply affect our students. We are grateful for your commitment to the future, as we know you will inspire many Johnnies and Bennies to come. On behalf of every trustee and every corporate member, thank you for honoring us with your work and your service. You are the heart and soul of our institution.
Thank you, everyone. This year, we had 17 faculty members retire. The number of lives that they changed and positively touched are innumerable. What the faculty do here is the heart and soul of the institution and a noble profession. Not all of our retirees were able to be here today, but I want to recognize the ones who are here, and I'll list the names of the ones who were not a little later. These 17 retirements account for a total of 550 years of service to St. Ben's and St. John's. And no, Ken Jones doesn't count for half of it. I'm sorry, Ken. So when I say your name, just you can stand up and so people can see where you are. So first, Dr. Karen Erickson. Karen. Karen earned her bachelor's degree at Gustavus Adolphus, followed by a PhD in French from Yale University. Karen has offered unwavering and life-changing support for students and colleagues and other community members for 35 years. She's an innovative teacher, and she has strengthened the integrity of our liberal arts, teaching across the curriculum. She was awarded the Robert L. Spaeth Teacher of Distinction Award in 2013, and early in her career, she was recognized as a fabulous teacher, receiving the Burlington Northern Award for Faculty Achievement in 1990. She is a multi-talented person. Karen is a scholar and teacher of French. Karen is a published and known poet. Karen is a singer and talented musician, having performed with the Collegeville Consort and also having recordings made with the Collegeville Consort. Karen is a talented leader and administrator. She has served multiple times as department chair for the Languages and Cultures Department. She's directed study abroad in France and London, and she has served as the academic dean from 2014 to 2017 and on multiple committees and faculty governance. And personally, Karen, working with you in the Academic Affairs Office as dean was really a highlight for me. It was wonderful having you as a support, and she was there as I was transitioning into the provost job, and there to tell me what I was screwing up. And she did it very well and very artfully. Now, a lot of times when she walked out of my office, she was speaking French, so might not have been so great. But Karen, thank you for your service. Marietta Froniulek. Marietta? There we go. She was kind of shy to stand up. Marietta has been a valued member of CSB and SJU since 1997. She is a teacher at heart, and she shares her passion for learning with countless beginning and intermediate Spanish language learners. She was always eager to serve on department committees and collaborate with the admissions office and help us recruit students. As a native of Chile, she was able to offer to our students a global perspective and contribute to learning that goes well beyond the basics of language development. She directed programs in Chile and Spain. Outside of the classroom, she has been active as a volunteer interpreter for Catholic Charities and diocesan outreach. She's a lover of music and regularly takes piano lessons on campus. I'll have to find out who's the better teachers, but Marietta, thank you for your service to St. Ben's and St. Mary's. Ken Jones. Ken Jones, for decades, has been a model teacher, colleague, and member of our community, whether on campus or off. As a teacher of U.S. history, he has recruited students, he has taught them while they were both on campus and off campus, and he has occupied a place of admiration in their hearts after their graduation. His work with the Learning Enhancement Services and his leadership to strengthen teaching in the common curriculum. Make him a teacher of teachers. And I personally count Ken as one of my teaching mentors. I remember many conversations in the quad when I was a young teacher and getting advice from Ken, who was always gentle. And he probably shouldn't have been with me, but he was always gentle in helping me see how to be a better teacher. And Ken is one of the community builders. Many of us sitting here remember when we were brand new faculty members being invited to Ken and Diane's house that first week of classes. And we got to know one another because Ken and Diane opened not only their house, but their hearts to all of us. His service as St. John's faculty athletic representative has led to him being recognized as the MIAC Distinguished Service Award winner this year. He has provided leadership for our institutions on countless committees, and he has served as chair of the faculty assembly. Ken, we are indebted to you, and we're a better place because of you. Thank you. Maureen Mccarter. Maureen Mccarter earned her bachelor in French. Maureen Mccarter earned her bachelor's in French from CSB. For over 30 years, she has taught French, FYS, and gender studies. Maureen provides service and mentorship to students, and she generously is making a difference in their lives. She goes well beyond teaching in the classroom to mentor students. She has participated across the curriculum. She is a Renaissance person in that way, knowing wide range of topics and fields. And she is a valued member in the community at large. She has served on the boards of the St. Cloud Symphony, the Chamber Music Society, the Central Minnesota Music School, and St. Cloud NAACP, to name a few. You just have to walk down the street in St. Joe or St. Cloud, and someone knows Maureen Mccarter. Sometimes they know her because she's married to Jerry, and that's not a good thing. But she's known around. Her lively intelligence, her positive spirit, her exquisite interpersonal and leadership skills are manifestations of who she is and her very nature. And we are a better place because you've been here. Thank you, Maureen. Scott Richardson. Scott Richardson earned his bachelor's degree in classics from Harvard University, his master's and PhD from Stanford University. Scott has been enriching the lives of our students here for 38 years. And for so many students, Scott embodies the liberal arts. He has taught widely in the university. He's taught, of course, Latin and Greek and classics and cultural courses, but he might be even more known for his great books class, that he has taught students and got them on fire about ideas, about books, about history, about culture. Scott has directed study abroad programs. He's directed the London program 5 times. He's received the Robert L. Spaeth Award for Excellence in Teaching. He has published 2 books and currently has another one under review. He has numerous articles and presentations and scholarly venues. He has chaired the Department of Languages and Cultures and served on rank and tenure, faculty development and research, and many other committees. I have had so many lively intellectual conversations with Scott. The intellectual side was always Scott's. The conversation side was me. But I have valued him so much. And when I was teaching classical rhetoric, we had lots of conversations. I'm still right about the sophist, though, but we'll have a conversation about that later. Scott, we are a better place, and thank you for all you've done for us. Elena Sanchez Mora. Elena. Elena, I know she has been here 33 years, and I know that because Elena and I walked on campus on the same day. And I will always remember that, Elena, being in that group of faculty together. She has taught a full range of courses in Hispanic studies and developed courses for heritage Spanish speakers for us, and has served as a mentor for numerous individual learning projects. She has shared a social justice orientation throughout her teaching, in addition to service on all kinds of committees. She has served as the chair of the Hispanic Studies program. Outside the department, she contributes to Latino and Latin American Studies program and to Gender Studies. Again, another of our faculty who teaches widely across the curriculum in a very liberal arts tradition. Much of her scholarship focuses on the perceived tensions between feminism and spirituality. She has always shared an international perspective in the classroom, as well as directing many study abroad programs in Spain, Chile, and Guatemala. Thank you for everything you've done for us, Elena, and we wish you all the best in retirement. And I just want to list the faculty who are not able to be here this evening, who are retiring. Jeannie Kofel in the English Education Department, Kate Graham in the Chemistry Department, David Hartz, Mathematics, John Hasselberg, Global Business Leadership, Nicholas Hayes, University Chair in Critical Thinking, Jeff Kamakahi, Sociology, Patricia Kent, Music, Nicholas Raths, Music, Steve Saup, Biology, Bruce Thornton, Music, and Richard Wolkowitz in Psychology. So let's hear it for them. An important milestone for faculty is when they have proven that they are leaders on the campus. They have proven that they are excellent teachers and have touched lives and mentored students. And they have demonstrated excellence in scholarship. These are the faculty that we promote to the rank of full professor. Sophia Gang. You want to stand up, Sophia? Dr. Sophia Gang is a faculty member in Languages and Cultures. She earned her PhD in American Studies from University of Minnesota in 2008 and an MA in Linguistics and Literature from Beijing Foreign Studies University in Beijing, China. She received her undergraduate education from Sangdong Teachers University in China. Sophia leads our Chinese language program and has led the Asian Studies program. She is an active scholar and a faculty member. Thank you so much. Anna Mercedes. Anna Mercedes. Dr. Anna Mercedes is a faculty member in theology. She earned her PhD in theological and religious studies and a master's of philosophy from Drew University, a master's of sacred theology, and a master's in religion from Lutheran Theological Seminary in Philadelphia. She has received her undergraduate degree from James Madison University. She has shown incredible leadership in our work in diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. She led the $600,000 grant and all that it entailed from the Mellon Foundation. She co-led that with one of her colleagues. She is respected in this area of pedagogy and, I would say now, research moving forward. She has chaired the theology department. She's been integral in many of the shaping and development of the integrations curriculum. But I have a personal connection on this. I was pleased to nominate Anna Mercedes for ordination into the Lutheran Church as serving our institutions as a Lutheran minister to our students. What gives me great pride is that she is the first person to be ordained by the Lutheran Church and serve a Catholic institution. Congratulations. Jennifer Schaefer. Dr. Schaefer is a faculty member in biology. She received her undergraduate education from St. Olaf College, and she received her PhD from University of Arizona. Her teaching is marked by strong student-faculty collaboration. She has mentored many students in research projects. She brings research to life for students in biology. She has established an extensive service record for St. Ben's and St. John's, which includes being on the Joint Faculty Senate, serving on the Data Subcommittee for Program Prioritization, serving on the Dean's Search Committee, serving on the Rank and Tenure Committee, the Health Studies Task Force, and the Advising Subcommittee, and she was instrumental in work on the integrations curriculum. She currently serves as chair of the biology department. Congratulations, Jen. Christy Seiber. Dr. Christy Seiber is a faculty member in political science, although she likes to be more specific, international relations. She received her PhD from University of Washington. She received her master's from Johns Hopkins, and she focuses on international relations. She is a fabulous mentor to students in and outside of the classroom. She received her undergraduate from Lewis and Clark, a college not unlike us, as a liberal arts college that focuses on the total education, holistic education of individuals. She is the recipient of the Sister Mary Grail Teacher of Distinction Award and the Alcuin Library and Clemens Library Information Literacy Awards. This demonstrates the kind of teacher and the depth of experience that she has. And I was pleased to have her serve in the last 3 years as the Joseph P. Ferry Professorship. Congratulations. Unable to be here tonight, Dr. Jean Levine was also promoted to full professor. She teaches in environmental studies and received her PhD from the University of Kentucky and her undergraduate degree from Macalester College. She's a lifelong learner, and she's constantly taking classes in other subjects and learning things. Many of us here know her as she served on the trustees, was a leader of the faculty and the chair of the faculty. But she has an impressive list of service to students. She has been involved in supervising 27 internships, 106 individual student theses, and 3 all-college honors theses. So she's a fabulous mentor to our students as well. And now, for the faculty who will be up and coming, the ones who have earned tenure and promotion to associate professor. And this is something that we need to recognize and mark as an important occasion. These are faculty who have proven themselves over the probationary period to be excellent teachers, to be engaged in noteworthy scholarship and noteworthy service. Dr. Robert Campbell. Dr. Campbell is a faculty member in mathematics. He received his PhD from the University of California, Irvine, his undergraduate from the University of California. He moved here for the weather. Dr. Campbell has demonstrated innovation in teaching mathematics using active learning, flipped classrooms, and inquiry-based learning, and he has published on his pedagogical innovations. Congratulations, we're glad you're part of our community. Chris Conway. Dr. Conway is a faculty member in theology. He earned his PhD in comparative theology and systematic theology from Boston College. And he received his Master's of Theology and Master's of Divinity from Princeton Theological Seminary. He received his undergraduate from Georgetown University. He has published widely and has been a leader in bringing issues of race, gender, and justice to his scholarship, to his teaching, and to our community. Welcome to the community, Chris. Alexa Stevenson. Alexa teaches in nutrition and is certified as a registered dietitian, a certified food scientist, and a certified food protection manager. She earned her PhD from North Dakota State University and her master's from the University of Minnesota and her undergraduate from the University of Minnesota. She is widely published and has presented her research in peer-reviewed venues. Her research focuses on GI symptoms, food components, and lifestyle factors. I got that right? She has a remarkable list of students that she has mentored and brought into her own research projects. Congratulations and welcome to the community. Emily Popp. Emily is a faculty member in communication. Her area of focus is rhetoric. Yes! That's mine if you didn't notice. She received her PhD and her master's from the University of Minnesota, and she received her undergraduate degree from Boston College. Her scholarship focuses on women's rhetorical history and First Amendment law. She has served on numerous committees, and she is currently been chairing the General Education Curriculum Committee, helping us to continue to revise and update our general education requirements. Congratulations and welcome to it. I have one final retirement that I'd like to mention, somebody who is not a faculty member. Julie Gruska, our registrar. Julie Gruska first started work in the registrar in 1981, and she has been our registrar since 1998, making Julie the longest serving registrar in the history of St. Ben's and St. John's. And at the faculty ceremony on Monday, it was my honor to, in my capacity as provost, name her the first ever Registrar Emerita of the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University. Working with this quality of faculty and staff is what makes my job really worthwhile. And I thank all of the faculty and staff for all that they do here, and I look forward to many years of working with you. And for those of you retiring, I still am going to be keeping in contact with you. Thank you.
Finally, this evening, it's time to recognize those who will receive honorary degrees tomorrow and on Sunday. Sister Michaela, could you come forward, please? And as she does so, I would like to read the citation that she will receive on Sunday as she receives an honorary degree from St. John's University. Sister Michaela Hedekin, it is nearly impossible to say in a few words what impact your life has had on this monastic and academic community. But it is possible to say that all of it, from teaching grade school and junior high science and religion, to serving as the spiritual director of St. Benedict's Monastery, has been a pure gift. Your talent as a mentor, writer, speaker, and much sought-after spiritual director has made your community stronger, more influential, and vibrant. Women who serve the church through monastic observance are a treasure in the long arc of salvation history. Contributions by women to the development of Catholicism are essential and timeless, from Scholastica to Hildegard to Joan Chittister. Your place in that long line of women was determined when you became the president of the Federation of St. Benedict in 2003, and then prioress of St. Bede's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin in 2008. When that community merged with St. Benedict's Monastery in St. Joseph, Minnesota, it was not long before your new community chose you as leader once again, and you became its 16th prioress, emphasizing the need for mercy in your spiritual conferences. During your tenure, you worked with the president of the College of St. Benedict to bring the Benedictine charisms of community and hospitality, peace, and good works to the entire campus and beyond. Your efforts have long been realized and are renewed and rediscovered with each new sister and each new student. It is with great joy that on Sunday, the St. John's academic community will present to you Sister Michaela Hedekin, the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Sister Michaela.
By the grace of God, I have come to this moment because of St. Benedict's Monastery and St. John's Abbey and the School of Theology that the Abbey began. My teachers in grade school, high school, and college came from St. Benedict's Monastery. Little did I know that I would be coming back here, hopefully to tell that community how grateful I am. And everything that I have been able to do over these years has been greatly influenced by what I learned at the School of Theology when they began their monastic studies program. And my prioress in Eau Claire at the time asked me to come here to go to school. It was not my choice. I don't know how I could have done what I have been privileged to journey with and toward without that background. It has been a tremendous journey of God's grace upon grace. And being here, being part of the Board of Trustees, working toward this strong integration has been the crown jewel of what these last years have been. I thank each and every one of you. Some I know well, some I've only met tonight. And I promise you my prayers of continued gratitude and support for all that you represent as the College of St. Benedict, St. John's University, St. Benedict's Monastery, and St. John's Abbey. I thank you for this tremendous privilege and honor you have given me. May God's blessings be yours. Thank you.
Abbot John, would you come forward, please? Abbot John, the Bible tells us that a prophet is not accepted in his own land. You wonder where I'm going with this, don't you? But with all due respect, you have defied that piece of sacred scripture because as a farm boy from nearby El Rosa, Minnesota, you have proven yourself to be a true prophetic voice in Collegeville that has guided students, faculty, staff, and this monastic community for over 50 years since you professed your first vows in 1972. Since then, you have been a servant leader as a teacher, faculty resident, the chair of chemistry, director of formation, chair of peace studies, director of the senior seminar program, and of course, our abbot since the year 2000. You have led this monastic and academic community with warmth, wit, and great wisdom, helping us define the essence of Benedictine values in word and deed. With intellectual and practical skill, you have shaped new generations of monks by tirelessly lecturing on and analyzing the rule of Benedict for those who are new to the Benedictine way of life and yearn to adapt its 1,500-year legacy for the present day. You have helped the broader community of learners on this campus to love the ancient wisdom of Benedict and the need to embrace it in modern times. Your service to our community and the church is not limited to central Minnesota. You're a sought-after retreat director, spiritual guide, and organizational consultant. And in 2019, you became the abbot president of the American Cassinese congregation, extending your servant leadership to a much wider and appreciative community. Your energy, good spirit, and steady hand have helped St. John's and the entire American Benedictine community make progress in its search for God with the help of many sisters and brothers. So on Sunday, it will be with great joy that the St. John's academic community will present you, Abbot John Clausen, the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Oh, shucks, emotions. So, President Jim, thank you, and Board of Trustees, thank you so much. I'm deeply grateful to receive this honorary doctorate, especially in the context of being with my beloved friend, Michaela. It is a joyful, joyful occasion for us to be together, to embody as Benedictines from these two monasteries what we are trying to do at St. John's and St. Benedict's. I receive it truly, truly, on behalf of the monastic community of which, hey, what can I say? I grew up in this place. But I receive it on behalf of the community to recognize the fruitful interaction between this monastery and the university and the way that creative dialogue has happened across the years. And the same thing has happened at St. Benedict's Monastery and the College of St. Benedict. There's just a lot of things that our two monasteries could not have done without these two colleges. And there are things that the colleges could not even have imagined doing without us. That's what I'm talking about, okay? And it's my deep prayer and hope that going forward, that this new governance relationship will always be aware of that dynamic and what's possible for us, how deep and broad we can really imagine these four places as they work together. It's an honor to be asked to give this commencement address. I can assure you that I've sweat the required amount of drops onto the page, but I think ultimately it's just going to be a lot of fun. So thank you very, very much. God bless you.
Lori?
I never knew there was a required amount of sweat before you did it. Commencement speech. Leanne, I don't know. Would you like to come up? You don't have to talk about that, though. We are so thrilled to be able to honor Leanne Stewart. And I'd like to read the citation that we will be reading at commencement tomorrow. Leanne, thank you for everything that you've done. We would not be here today having the celebrations that we've had without Leanne Stewart. There's no doubt in my mind. We at the College of St. Benedict are delighted to confer the Doctor of Humane Letters upon Leanne Matthews Stewart of the College of St. Benedict, class of 1987. Leanne, we honor you for your continuing leadership, your committed service, and extraordinary support of the college. You have earned distinction and honor in your professional life, most recently as the Chief Financial Officer for Axia Women's Health, being named last year CFO of the Year by the Philadelphia Business Journal. You've held leadership roles in major corporations, including Ernst & Young, Nash Finch, and several others. But it is for your role, your new role, as the chair of the formed College of St. Benedict and St. John's University Common Boards, that this community holds such deep gratitude and optimism for your leadership. But a dynamic position in an innovative new governance structure that you have embraced. As such, you will be and have been the driving force in ensuring not only that both institutions thrive as they push forward in stronger integration, but also in ensuring that both institutions retain the identity and the independence of mission that has made them great. It's a role for which you are so eminently qualified and exceptionally well prepared. And beyond your leadership, you've demonstrated unparalleled generosity, for which you have the gratitude of every penny. Your commitment of $11 million from your estate is the largest single gift in the history of the College of St. Benedict. And that life-changing gift will strengthen the foundation of the college by adding to St. Ben's endowment and supporting countless bennies in perpetuity. Your vocal and enthusiastic endorsement of the importance of St. Ben's as a college for women and your example as a generous Benny alum inspires each one of us, including and especially our students and our alumni. And it is with such great joy that tomorrow, the College of St. Benedict community will present to you Leanne Matthews Stewart, the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. And I admire you whistlers out there. My dad was an amazing whistler, and I could never figured out how to pull it off. And Abbot John, I don't know about the sweating, but like my heart beating out of my chest. I am truly, truly honored to be standing here and truly humbled, especially after following Sister Michaela and Abbot John. I think all of you know St. Ben's played a really, really important part of who I am and who I will become. How strongly I feel about St. Ben's and women's colleges more generally for the women leaders that they create. And I've also come to appreciate, through my years of service as a trustee, the value of a university dedicated to men for that same reason. I do what I do for St. Ben's because I care so deeply about these institutions, but most importantly, I do it for the students. I was the first in my family to go to college. My parents worked really, really hard to make sure that my sisters and I had access to something they didn't. And that is what I am truly, truly devoted to, is making sure that students for generations to come continue to have access to everything that St. Ben's and St. John's allows. I play what's one small, tiny role in everything that we do, but together, all of us here, we create the leaders of the future. So thank you very much. So I appreciate that I'm standing between you and, well, it depends on your perspective, a pillow, one of the social establishments in St. Joe. But we do have one other important thing that we need to do this evening, and I shouldn't say need, that we deeply want to do tonight, and that is to recognize our esteemed leaders, Lori and Jim. Can I ask you all to join me on the podium? It would not be right to recognize you without us all being able to see your faces. Behind me, there's a myriad of gifts. We decided that we won't hand them to you. We'll have to you can bring your truck in later. But as I thought about what I would reflect on tonight, it really is difficult to put the right words together to appropriately recognize you for your contributions to St. Ben's and St. John's. Your leadership, your partnership, your wisdom. There truly is no place to stop. All of these and more have enabled the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University to get to the place we are today, an innovative and precedent-setting moment for the future of our institutions. I'm confident I speak on behalf of all of the trustees when I say you have enabled us to see what the future holds in ways that have truly, truly inspired all of us. In honor of all that you have done, it is my pleasure to present you with, as I said, a whole bunch of presents. And who doesn't love presents? It's like Christmas. There are gifts here from the college, there are gifts here from the university, there are gifts here from the monastery, and there are gifts here from the Abbey, and there are gifts from the trustees. Now, there are so many different words to describe them all, but again, I know we've all been in here a while, so I'll try to be brief. But I do want to emphasize these are all in recognition of our most sincere gratitude. One of the gifts, packaged up so beautifully here, is a framed print of the Star of Mourning, an artwork created by Sister Thomas Carey, a member of the St. Benedict's Monastery for 67 years, an art teacher for 48 years, and a prolific creator of sacred art. Morning Star captures Our Lady's downward gaze and collected demeanor, expressing deep tranquility. Colors and rays surround her face, suggesting the early morning dawn. The heavenly scene is drawn back to earth by the rectangle shapes in the background, suggesting home and familiarity. There is a tall landscape picture with granite dust and flax straw ash glaze, inlaid with navy bean, I guess I wrote that twice, navy straw ash glaze created, by master potter and artist in resident, Richard Breshnahan from St. John's Pottery. The pitcher was wood-fired in the glazed chamber during the 13th firing of the Johannine kiln. There is also pottery here from Sister Dennis Frontup from the monastery. Sister Dennis brings beauty into life from clay and silver. She was a teacher and curator of many artists, and as I understand it, she is thrilled to continue to be able to create today. That gift is from the monastery. There is an engraved Benedictine cross from the Abbey. The St. John's cross has become the identifying symbol of the wider St. John's community. It is crafted out of oak from our own forests. The brass center of the cross symbolizes the light revealed to us in Jesus and the light that shines forth from our communities. The engraving recognizes Jim and Lori for their service as transitional presidents. And finally, from the trustees, permanently endowed scholarships awarded in perpetuity, named in the honor of Lori Heyman at the College of St. Benedict and James Mullen at St. John's University. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
That's very unfair. Now I'm supposed to close the evening. That's very, thank you. Thank you. I think tonight we've captured the magic that is St. Ben's and St. John's. And that magic grows from the foundational charisms that are our own Benedictine communities, and the magic that grows from our deep commitment to Catholic social teaching and the Catholic intellectual tradition. Charisms and commitments that our alumnus, Bishop Ketler, Father Dale, Abbot John, and Sister Michaela represent with such integrity and grace, faith, and yes, purity of spirit. I think it's the magic that comes from true professionals and warm-hearted individuals who devote their lives and careers to the stewardship of places they love. People like Kathy Henderson, Dick Adams, Sue Palmer, Kathy Hansen. I think it's the magic that comes when people give profoundly of their talent and their treasure because they feel they owe something back to the institutions that shape their lives. People like Leanne Stewart, Brian McGrain, Dan Scott, every trustee and alum in this room. And I think it's the magic that comes when exceptional scholars and teachers set their life purpose to inspiring young people to love learning for its own sake, and to preparing those same young people to the full responsibilities of citizenship. Exceptional scholars and teachers, like every one of those we honor tonight. And I think it's the magic that Lori and I will carry through the rest of our lives. So tonight, as we celebrate our honorands, we also celebrate all that is good and all that is right about St. John's and St. Ben's. The magic that will always frame the lives of those who will graduate over the next 2 days, and the magic that will carry these wonderful young people into a bright and confident future. And you know what? We celebrate tonight that all of us across generations are today, tomorrow, and always of St. John's and St. Ben's. Thank you so much. Good night, and on to commencement.